Hello, everybody. It's Kimberly with Mother Me Beautiful with a quick little coaching tidbit for you today. So many of the people that I've been talking to today have been talking about stress. Oh, stress is so hard, and stress just makes everything difficult. It has everything to do with quality of your sleep. It has to do with your ability to lose weight, your energy level during the day, even your diabetes or increasing your risk for diabetes. Your little adrenal glands that sit on top of your kidneys. When you're stressed, your body doesn't know the difference between the stress of a deadline or the stress of being chased down by a mountain lion. And so those stress hormones that are released are really beneficial. It draws sugar energy, especially from non-vital places, to supply the muscles so that you have energy to fight or to run really fast. But the problem is most of us aren't fighting off a mountain lion, unless you're my husband, or and we're not really running really fast, or we're not exercising at all, even worse. And so all those toxins, those potent natural steroids build up in our system, and it causes your blood sugar levels to increase, which is bad for you when you have diabetes. And it also makes it almost impossible to lose weight. And a lot of us, we trick ourselves into thinking that other things are going to help with our stress, like that package of Oreos that is calling your name, or a pack of cigarettes. A lot of people think that they're relaxing that cigarettes help them relax and cope with stress. It really doesn't. Physiologically, there's nothing in a cigarette that's going to help you relax. Quite the opposite. It constricts your blood vessels, decreases circulation, besides all the nasty stuff that comes with it. But the cool thing that people do when they smoke is they deep breathe. And when you deep breathe, it causes you to secrete this awesome substance called nitrous oxide, induces a feeling of well-being, helps to dilate blood vessels, which can lower blood pressures. It's awesome. That's why meditation and deep breathing is so beneficial, because it really does work. I've been able to sit down with people before and lower blood pressures by 20 points in just a few minutes by coaching them through relaxation and deep breathing. It really does work. Now, you're not going to go through your whole day and deep breathing, right? But you can take a break and you can do some stress relieving activities. It's super duper important. If you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to get control of your blood sugars, it's almost impossible if your stress level is really high. And we don't talk about managing stress a whole lot. We just say relax, right? It's really hard to just relax. It's really hard to just let go of things in our lives that are causing us emotional or pain or stress. But there are some other really cool strategies that you can use while you're learning to manage your stress. One of the things that I teach a lot of about is called mapping. And especially when we're just kind of feeling like everything's overwhelming and it's all nebulous and we can't get a really handle on the real stuff. And so sometimes people will start and they'll put a little circle on a piece of paper on your whiteboard. Put a little circle on there and write down the main feeling that you can identify with. Maybe it's anxiety or worry. And then off to the side, put everything that's contributing to that one feeling that's bothering you. Could be bills, or it could be ex-spouse, or it could be a project that's due, or whatever. Just whatever it is that's contributing to this feeling of, let's say, anxiety. And then you ask yourself, what about that bills is causing me to feel anxious? Well, it's the fact that they're due and I don't have enough money. Or let's see, or it could be that you're being threatened by somebody, or whatever it is. And then the key question is, do I have control over it or not? What do I have control about that? And if you don't have control of it, that's the tricky part, is learning how to let that go. But for now, you can just put an X over it because you don't have control over it. And then the other stuff that you could recognize, well, okay, I could develop a budget. I could ask for help if I don't know how to develop a budget. I could get a second job. I could try to amend a relationship. I could say I'm sorry. I could set limits. I could get some counseling. I could, whatever it is you have control over. I could start exercising. And then all that energy that you might be putting into that one thing that you don't have control over, if you could divert that energy from that which you don't have control over and put it into the area that you do have control over. Wow. Talk about getting a huge bang for your buck. That's where you're really going to harness a lot of power and see some major shifting going on. I highly encourage you to just try it. If you feel like you don't know what's going on, but you just don't feel good, do a little bit of mapping and just spend some time with yourself and get control, because it's so worth it. It's so worth it to feel like you have the ability to make some changes in your life. And you absolutely do. Every day, I believe, you wake up, you can choose who you want to be, and you can put it on like a coat. If you want to be enthusiastic, but you don't feel enthusiastic, then you put that sucker on like a coat and you wear it around long enough, and pretty soon you'll own that characteristic, right? If you want to be more friendly and outgoing, but you're not, maybe you're shy, you can put it on like a coat. Try it on, practice, pretend, and if you do that often enough, it will be yours. If you feel like you just don't have enough energy, what would you do if you were a person that had a lot of energy, right? Most of us know the answers. And then you do those things, and lo and behold, you become the person that has a lot of energy and has a lot of enthusiasm and has a lot of friends, because you've put it on like a coat until you own it. I'm all about faking it till you make it, and that in no way implies that you're phony. It talks about choosing characteristics that you want to embody and then working hard to develop them until they do become a part of you. I'm not naturally, most people tell me that they see me as somebody who's really outgoing and dominant and energetic. That's not really my core. It is now, because I've had 22 years to practice. My nature is somebody who's very shy, very insecure, doesn't think very highly of herself. And I've worked really hard to wear that coat that I wanted to wear every day, until now people see me as something. And when I hear how people think about me, I think, really? Do you really know me? But put it on like a coat and make it your own. You have every right to be happy. And one thing I know is that your Heavenly Father, the Creator, He wants you to be happy. He created us to be happy. And I don't mean like a joyride kind of happy on a roller coaster. He wants us to have true joy because we're authentic, that we live our authentic lives and we try our best to do what we know to be right. And I know with everything in my being that when we do that, we'll have that. God bless you, and I wish you just a joyous day. Bye.